Today I'm diving deep into my 1-year experience flying the DJI Avata 2, one of the most fun, exciting and sometimes stressful drones I've ever owned. If you are thinking about buying one or if you're new to FPV flying, trust me, stick around. I'm going to share everything, the good, the bad, and the little details nobody tells you about. First thing first, the price. DJI Avata 2 Fly More combo costs around $11.99, and in my opinion that's actually the best value if you don't already own the DJI Goggles or the controller. But if you already have DJI Goggles 3 or the compatible controller, you can buy just the drone itself, which saves you a lot of money. The drone will cost you around less than $500, I guess. Just know you need some controller to fly it, and the goggles are literally essential unless you just want to pay it per weight. Avata 2 is a little beast. It's not a toy drone. It weighs around 377 grams, which puts it into a certain drone classes depending on where you live. If you are in the EU, it falls into the C1 class. You will need at least the A1 and A3 license, which you can get online, super cheap, not hard at all. In the USA, recreational flyers need to pass the FAA Trust, which is free. If you are flying commercially, you will need a Part 107 license. So yes, you do need a license, but don't stress, it's way easier than people think. Before you fly, check the local airspace. DJI Fly app has built-in no-fly zone maps, but also check apps like AirMap before you fly or Drone Assist if you're in the UK. Always better to double check because you don't want to mess around with restricted zones. Let's talk about the design, because this is where DJI nailed it. The Avata 2 feels super tough, the frame is lightweight, the propeller guards are fully integrated, and everything about it feels rugged but still sleek. The design is super modern, it's compact, stylish, and aerodynamic. A big step up compared to the older FPV drones that usually looks like a DIY project. Flying with DJI Goggles 3, it's honestly the closest thing to being in the drone itself, but it's super immersive, and that's a double-edged sword, which means you are completely disconnected from your surroundings. And by law, in most of the countries you cannot fly alone, you must have a spotter. Flying something like DJI Mini 3 Pro or Mini 4 Pro doesn't need a spotter, but with DJI Avata 2, you are inside the headset, and without someone watching for you, it's illegal and it's also super unsafe. Inside the goggles, the live video feed looks a bit soft. That's because it's prioritizing low latency. When you put the SD card out and watch the real footage, 4K, 60 FPS, stabilized, smooth, and gorgeous. So for the motion controller, I fly with DJI Motion Controller 3 most of the time. It's super intuitive. Like flying with this controller is super easy. If you want a full FPV experience, you will eventually want to have a FPV remote controller. But for cinematic flying, the motion controller is the best in my opinion. How it feels to fly. Honestly, every time I fly this thing, it's like a mini adrenaline rush. It's fast, it's agile, it feels like you're flying a real aircraft. But every time I push it, there's a little voice in my head. What if you lose a signal? What if you crash into something? Because especially in FPV flying, once you crash, sometimes you have to walk 500 meters into the forest to recover your drone, right? It's thrilling, but you really have to stay alert. Moment of truth. I crashed it a lot. But the beauty of Avata 2 is, it's built to survive beginners like me. I broke some propellers, scraped this frame multiple times, but overall no major damage. It still looks quite new. Props are cheap and easy to replace, and the modular design makes quick fixes simple. Let's talk about the numbers. It has 1.3 inch sensor, which was the upgrade, and it supports the max bitrate of about 130 megabits per second. Supports video of 4K up to 60 FPS and 2.7K up to 120 FPS. It has a flight time realistically about 20 minutes. The range, it says it has 13 kilometers. I never tested it. And it has a top speed of around 97 km per hour. We can set the top speed from the settings, but it's limited if you do not set it to manual mode. So you can only achieve the top speed if you put the drone into a manual mode, and then you can push it really hard and then you can achieve this speed. Few things which I want to highlight, which are really important in a real world scenario. So let's say battery times always feels shorter because you want to land your drone with the 20 to 30% battery left. Obstacle sensing is helpful but not foolproof, because it has this obstacle sensing only downward, in the downward direction. So you see just two sensors here, and then we have infrared sensing. The wind resistance is quite good, but if you in a really windy condition, it can get pushed around. Goggles comfort is great for short flights, but after 30 minutes they can get heavy on your face. And then let's say if you are out on a sunny day, then it's quite uncomfortable to wear these glasses for more than 15 minutes. These are my personal impressions. And one thing, it has a quite unique feature which most of the current FPV drones doesn't have. It has a turtle mode, and what this mode does, it's quite interesting. Let's say when you are crashed like this, and when you enable the turtle mode, then the drone will start the propellers and then do a flip, and then you can start again. This is a quite useful feature, because let's say if you are crashed, if you have to walk to get this drone which is really far, then it's quite nice feature to have. The final verdict, after a year, would I still buy it again? 100% yes. If you are serious about FPV flying or cinematic flying, this is the best option you have, and this is the best option we have in the market so far. If you build your own FPV drones, you are in another league, bro. It's not a toy, but the experience is quite good. And if you just want to take selfies or vacation shots, the DJI Mini 4 Pro is better fit. And for the adventurous ones though, Avata 2 is the total game changer. Thanks a lot for hanging out with me today. If you got a value from this, smash the like button, maybe subscribe if you want more honest tech reviews. And if you're flying your Avata 2 soon, stay safe, fly smart, and have a great time.